Hi, I'm Doug here at Global West. I thought I'd take a second to talk to you about 64 through 66 Mustang parts. Now this happens to be a bump stop mount that goes on the wheel side above the upper control arm. It's a support. On our frame that we have here, this is showing our coilover system. That bump stop support goes right here. And when you look underneath your car there in the wheel side, you're going to see a stamped steel piece with a rubber bushing on it. And what that is that contacts that upper control arm when you go over a bump and you feel the car bottoming. That's what hits, is the upper control arm hits that bump stop. Now all of us are pretty much lowering these vehicles. It's a common thing. And whether you do it with a coilover system like this, or whether you do it with the springs, cut your springs, whatever the case is, what you need to know is the distance between the control arm and the bump stop is going to get shorter. And when it gets shorter, you have less travel, which means you're going to be bottoming the car out. And you're going to feel that. Well, what we do is, by building these supports that we have, we've taken and we've raised this mount. It's not at the same location. So on a lowered vehicle, we now have more suspension travel. So we're not getting into that bottoming zone, okay? Now we've designed this so that even though we've raised this up, it's still going to touch this before you bottom your shock out. So you got to understand we're still covering that particular area. But on our coilover, just so you know, this is a standard application. There's something else we've done in these particular kits. We have two hole positions to where the bump stop goes. We have one here forward, and then we have one here aft. Now, our particular control arms that we make for the Mustangs have caster built into them. The stock Mustang, they're a right and a left arm, they're the same. The bump stop is in the center of the control arm. But on our control arms, we put caster into the control arm. So our bump stop is further back. So the mounting point, which you see here, the forward one, is if you're running the stock control arm, and a lot of aftermarket control arms don't have caster built into them either, and so you're going to use that location. But on a Global West control arm, you're going to move this back here to this hole position because we have caster built in. Caster is real important on 64 through 66 Mustangs. We set about 3 degrees in them. It's pretty much optimum what we've determined over the years of road racing these cars, that works very well. You can run a little bit more if you wanted to or what have you, but certainly not less. This particular part, TS46T, is designed to go for a lowered application on 64 through 6 Mustangs, whether you're running a standard arm or our control arm. It's designed for lowered applications, and it raises that mount. You do not require a coilover system to use this. Your car just needs to be lowered, and you could bolt this on and actually have more suspension travel. Part number TS46T, 64 through 66 Mustangs. If you lowered your vehicle, you might want to consider this.